We are both unemployed, looking for jobs, but
Yep.
also trying to live the writer-director dream and make our own thing, which is a lot to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much. It's also really hard to like stay driven for art, and then you get easily distracted with other projects or even just try to make like a livelihood. And I think we both bonded over the fact that we both really want to make feature films and really carve out time to make our own art
Exactly.
and not be overwhelmed by other projects. And how do we do that and also stay sane as humans?
Yeah.
And
It's a lot. We got a lot going on.
yeah,
We're both in LA. We both working in Hollywood.
yeah.
And yeah, we're living the dream.
Hey guys, I'm Nicholas Hansel. I'm a writer-director, and
I'm Lena. I'm also a writer-director. Well, I guess I could say that. I
You could
also
say that.
DP, gaff, but I want to be known as a writer-director now. Do you want to talk about your background?
yeah, I have a very interesting background, I guess. I started out as an actor, and then I was in New York City, and then I came over to LA to work in production as a PA, as most people do to get into the industry. And that was during COVID. And so I came in through the COVID department. A lot of people weren't working, and I squeezed myself into the location department. So I became a film scout, and I've been a part of the industry for like 5 years now. And I worked on TV and movies, scouting films and doing contracts, and yeah, it was really amazing. But I always got really jealous because I was always surrounded by other directors, and that's something I always really wanted to do. And so I actually kind of left the industry for a second to make my own short film, which is on YouTube now, which is cool. It's called Flowers. And yeah, I'm still in the industry, but I'm also trying to carve out time to really focus on being the artist that I want to be and not just being a second hand to someone else all the time. So
Yeah, honestly, I made a whole point about the difference between being a filmmaker and a film worker. That's definitely the realization where if you're a film worker, you are like crew, like camera, lighting, locations, stuff like that. Filmmaker is definitely like the more typical like writer-director type of thing where you make your own ideas come true. That's what a lot of people strive to be, but not everyone. But we are.
yeah. What about you? What's your experience?
I also I came to LA during COVID, so it's been like 5 years now as well. And I went up as a PA, camera, lighting, thinking I would be a cinematographer. And I did the thing. It wasn't as romantic as I thought it would be. I kind of did it, and I saw other people doing it, and I was like, they're more passionate about it than I am. And I can't be the best at it because I'm not passionate enough. Like, I think if you're driven by passion, you'll like be more likely to be better at something.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't, I don't think I would have excelled in it. So I'm like, what do I actually want to do? I want to write and direct movies. So I started doing that the latter half of last year, where I made some short films that I'm trying to put into film festivals. That also takes money.
Oh my god, yeah. Everything takes so much freaking money. It's so annoying.
Yeah, everything I want to do takes money.
Yeah, getting people to even watch your projects
Exactly.
takes money. It's insane.
But yeah, now I'm trying to write a feature film. I'm maybe 40 pages out of, the goal is like 100. Yes.
Let's go.
And we'll see. God knows how I'm going to get the money for it. But
It's
that's
okay.
a later problem, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like it's a never-ending problem, and it's like if you let that debilitate you, you're never gonna progress.
Right.
And so I am also tackling my first feature film. I just finished a crowdfunding event, which was really cool. We got greenlit, which means I get to keep all the funds at 80%. Woohoo! Through Seed and Spark. It is so stressful, but we still need to hit 100%. So, but I think like some normal problems with like being a writer and director is, I don't know about you, but there's so many different ways of going through it. You have a lot of moments where you're by yourself all the time, and it can be very isolating. And then it's also extremely social. So like when you're on set, it's extremely social when you're making something, but like generating the project itself, it's like long nights by yourself. I get really in my head, and trying to like, something I want to get better at is like being a few steps ahead of self-doubt. Like kind of,
Okay.
if I'm like, I used to be like, I need my story to be at 100% or 98% before I move forward. I'm trying to like lower the threshold. So because I'm just trying to get the reps in. And I know that through process, like, you're going to make it better. You can't like think everything out, I guess.
No, yeah, I mean, absolutely. You gotta practice the craft to be good at it, and you can't keep practicing if you have so much doubt like stopping you.
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, I agree with the whole lonely but also social aspect, where you have to be social, no matter what type of person you are. But yeah, the whole process of actually getting yourself out there, getting your work done, is done through yourself, which is tough because you're like, where do you start?
Yeah, and it's also like so romanticized, and it's like not at all.
No, definitely not.
It sucks most of the time.
They don't teach this to you in film school about how to get from point A to point B. I think, at least for my school, Baylor, shout out Baylor, which it didn't exactly teach me how to get to point A to point B, how to like go from networking into making your film, into crowdfunding it, and all that stuff. So honestly, it's through word of mouth that you get to retain this knowledge of how to do this or that. Because I've been crewing for so many years now, I know exactly how like film works on set and the dynamics and all that stuff, but I still don't know how it gets to that point. Like, I don't know how people get from writing to pitching to getting money.
Yeah, right.
That is something I have to start learning now, and I'm guessing you're learning through your experience.
Yeah, I'm learning too. And also, we were talking in the car because it took us a sec to drive here, but also, yeah, just like, how do you find investors? How do you find people to support your project and your vision? And because things do cost money, and like, I don't know about you, but I just want to be the type of artist who doesn't let money like stop them, and tries to find ways to make things. And there's a whole freaking business side to filmmaking that like even in art school you're not really taught. And it's like, how do you build a community, and how do you get the financing? And yeah, I feel like I'm learning a lot of that right now, which is great. But
exactly. Yeah, which is a great experience that you've created for yourself.
Yeah.
But it is stressful. It's honestly stressful coming out of this like romantic mindset and seeing the reality of things, because you're like, oh, okay, this is not as cool as I thought.
Yeah, do you want to talk more about that?
I think as a film crew, I realized I like saw how like difficult filmmaking can be, socially, mentally, physically. I think every artist goes through like a mental battle with themselves about not being good enough, trying to like prove yourself, having like an ego, having a standard for yourself. That honestly weighs on a lot of this filmmaking process than you think, you know?
At least for me, something I've been battling with is like this perception of like what a filmmaker is. And you have this, especially like being in Hollywood or LA, like I feel like there's this external pressure to kind of like show up a certain way, or to be like super confident in your projects and be super gung-ho. And I actually kind of agree with you. I think that drains you more than it helps you, at least for me. And so yeah, I don't know what else I'm saying. I lost my train of thought.
It's okay. What is like your inspiration for your future? You don't have to say what it is or anything now, but I guess
it's a coming-of-age queer road trip film, and it follows a man who's basically trying to reconnect with his childhood best friend before it's too late, and a film really about what it feels like to grow up. And I'm really attracted to, as a filmmaker, intimacy and like the blurred lines between like platonic intimacy and romantic, and like getting into that ooey gooey center, and like having the audience and all of us like live there, and
like a tease.
And like and the icky, like what are like the actual human moments that define us as people, and and when do you get to rediscover that, when do you get to redefine that for yourself? And I love that we're here because I'm super inspired by nature.
Right, yeah.
And the film is up the Pacific Coast Highway, which is one of the most beautiful drives in the world. And I'm documenting it all on my YouTube channel, Your Friend Nick. Shout outs. So come follow along. But yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. I mean, honestly, they always say write what you know. And you're definitely doing that. I think like movies are a way for people to like show or explain themselves through this narrative.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's kind of what you're doing with your film.
Yeah, it feels like super healing, and it's really hard because you need to be super brave. You have to say, this is what I view, and I'm okay being vulnerable, showing whatever story I'm doing, whatever it is, and being like, this is my take on it. You're either gonna like it or you won't. And I think like having a good twist or any of that, being authentic to yourself, it's hard because like what we're going back to is like also being a filmmaker and how do you present your ego and all that stuff. So like staying like also very intimate with yourself so you can create good content. That's like the hard thing I balance. But I finally have given it and I'm like, I don't need to be cool. I'm like, I'm just gonna make my shit.
I think, as I said before, like people love authenticity and like rawness of just people, like seeing like the human nature in its like true form. Obviously not every movie does that, but I think the ones that do really have an impact on people.
Yeah.
A movie that really impacted me that did that was, I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once. We fucking pulled on the heartstrings.
Oh my god, dude.
That was like, I guess the filmmakers, or I don't know if that's what they were going through, but like showing that out to the world is like kind of vulnerable. It does take a lot of courage, maybe, like whatever you do, whether making content or making movies. If you're like really doing it about yourself, then you're really being vulnerable to the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your project that you're doing?
Well, yeah, I won't say too much of the story, but it is coming of age as well. And it's about change, and it's really about a quarter life crisis, one that I'm going through at the moment. I say I'm because that is literally me in the movie.
Yeah.
And I like want things to change in my life for the better. I want things to speed up. I want something really grandiose and amazing to happen, but I can't really have that happen unless like I make that change for myself. So that's what the movie is really about. I just need to write it.
Yeah. It's always like the first draft, I know. It's like so hard. I think something also hard being a filmmaker is like getting everything out of your head onto paper and then getting everything on paper into like actual film and being okay with things not being perfect. But like having something is the most important thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, you just got to start somewhere. And you were telling me in the car that your practice right now was to watch people's first.
Yeah.
Talking about that.
I talked to a producer friend, but yeah, I got a note and I thought this was so helpful. He said really focus on filmmakers' debut feature films because that's what I'm going to be doing, and we both will be doing. And it was a really good advice because it made me realize that like Christopher Nolan and Denis Villeneuve, I think that's how you say his last name, but
I don't know.
Their first films, they're not Hollywood blockbusters. Like they're simple and they're actually really doable. And what's cool is like you actually, like I saw Christopher Nolan's Following and you got to see like the imprint that he later on had for like Interstellar or Memento, and it's all there in the first film, but it's like really simple. And it was so low budget. It was like $6,000. And it's been really nice because I think it's really easy as a filmmaker to be really hard on yourself where you're like, there's all these really big blockbuster films and you like work your way up there as a filmmaker. You're not expected to get there right away. And realizing that all your favorite directors have done the same way and you're kind of like have to go down that path too. So.
Yeah, I guess it's like a rite of passage almost. But I think that's a good practice to do because it like motivates you and kind of like doesn't discourage you. You know, it's like maybe the films are good or maybe they're bad, but like either way, it's like, oh, this is how they got their start. So you just need to go out there and do it.
And there's like people too, I forget directors, but even like Luca, I can't say his last name, but Call Me By Your Name director. he had like he did like 4 films before he ever blew up. Like he did
Really?
4 feature films. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
And so I'm kind of like realizing like, I think the process is like, you don't have to make a perfect one, but you just need to get the ball moving and try and go. But like we were saying, we're both broke and it's fucking hard out here.
Yeah, I think the tough thing is that a lot of artists are perfectionists, so you feel that you need to get it perfect on the first go, but it definitely is not that way.
Do you feel that way? Yeah, like how does that show up in your
I'm
process?
such a perfectionist. Like even for my short films, like my most recent short film, I filmed like this insert scene for over 4 days because I kept doing it.
Oh my god.
And I keep tweaking things. I need to like know when to stop, I think. And like I even wrote like a whole short film that I have never even tried production on because I'm like, this is just not perfect yet. So I need to at some point be like, whatever, let it go. I just have to move on to the next step.
Something I'm learning with too is like time. Like I think we don't let time be such a valuable asset as a filmmaker. We have all this pressure to do it all the time or like do things really quickly, but time is actually the best thing we can get. It helps us like finalize projects and taking steps away. Like,
yeah,
that's hard. I don't know.
Time, I hate looking at time sometimes because I'm like, oh my god, like I was saying that I'm like, I'm so behind. Like I want to reach a certain goal by the time I'm this age or whatever.
Yeah.
But
do you want to talk about what that is? Like, what is the benchmark that
I need to make a feature. Honestly, I need to make a feature before I turn 30. I like really want to like try to make consistent features by the time I'm like 35.
Yo,
it's like my goal.
What does consistent features look like in here?
I mean, you know, maybe make one per year. Maybe get to a point where like I have a following of people who are like, oh, like
the gecko.
A following of people who are like, oh, she's a director. Like, this is her movie. Oh, this is her next movie. And people talk about it. Like, I obviously make art for myself, but I also want to make art for people to see.
I really want to work on like not limiting myself. I think I've definitely like lowered my standards a bit because I'm very much like my belief, my process is like just get it out, just like go through the motions and you'll naturally get better. But I think I could get better at also being like, okay, let's actually aim to get this super elevated and high. Like, let's shoot for big festivals. Let's shoot for, and I think for a really long time, I've been so afraid of like failing that like, I'm almost afraid that failing is going to hurt more than not trying in a sense. So I'm like, would rather not try so hard, but,
damn, that's real. Yeah, I think it's a balance of like just doing it and like the weight of like failure that you're constantly on a scale for.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you push yourself past that mindset of like, if it fails, it fails. If not, like, I don't know. It's like you can think about failure for so long, but then at the end of the day, it's like, oh, you haven't done the thing because you thought about it for so long.
Yeah.
I've definitely gone through the motions of that.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my film right now. Is I'm like, I have lived with it for too long. Like I've had it for like 3 years, and I'm just like, I get to a place where I'm like, I need to stop thinking about this. Like, let's just get this out of my head and onto a film, and then, and I'm like, then we can just like live life after.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Well,
so what's next for your film now that you've reached your crowdfunding goal?
Yeah. So the last month, the crowdfunding was like 30 days, and that was hell. It was so great. I was super grateful, and my main takeaway is like, if you allow people to support you, they will show up. That's like my biggest takeaway from all that. But it was really hard because I was like very visibly online. It was very obvious if we were going to succeed or fail. And so like allowing myself to be visible even if I failed and not hit 80% was a real test, and it worked well. So now I'm recovering because that was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and then we still have a couple. I think we need like 13% more for funding. So find new ways of finding funding, which goes back to our topic at the beginning of like, how do you get money? And I'm gonna try not to rush things. I really want to like let it go at its own pace.
Absolutely. And this is something you're directing, right?
Yeah. I'm writing, directing. And I don't know. I said I had like an acting background, so maybe hopefully I'll act in part of it. But what about you? What are your next steps?
I just need to finish this script, honestly. This few sets that I am working on, I am trying to actively create some like network through that to at least just like get advice on how to do things and get things on to platforms. And the people that I'm working on right now, on a project with right now, have some stuff on streaming services. I'm like, that would be cool to get to that point. So how do you do it? It's crazy because I've worked in Hollywood for so many years and I just haven't had the thought to make that like network or connection.
That's why it's so sick, because
Yeah.
it's like now you're like flipping. And like that's what happened to me last year too. I just had this awakening where I was like, oh crap, like if I don't do this, no one's gonna do it for me. Even if I'm around people doing it, doesn't mean I'm doing it.
Right.
So it's cool that you're like, it probably doesn't feel great, but
Right.
it's cool witnessing you being like, whether you realize it or not, you're being proactive. That's fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, it's the small things, honestly.
Yeah, they add up.
Thanks for listening to us yap.
Yeah, it was super fun. Let us know if you are a filmmaker, if you identify with any of the things we talked about, and also if you want us to talk about anything. But yeah, it's been really fun.
Yeah, it's been real.
And yeah, follow
us on social.
Follow us on socials. I'm your friend Nick on all socials. Sometimes there's an underscore after all that, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm co_Lena Lee for all socials as well. Guess we'll go on.
We'll go on. We're gonna enjoy the view.
Yeah.
And we'll see you later.